Imagine being locked inside a prison designed for one purpose. Not rehabilitation, not comfort, not second chances, but escape prevention. A prison surrounded by freezing water, powerful currents, sharp rocks, and constant surveillance. A place authorities believed was completely escape-proof. A place where some of America's most dangerous criminals were sent when every other prison failed. Its name was Alcatraz, the Rock, the prison nobody could escape. Or so they thought. Because on a cold night in June 1962, 3 inmates vanished. They slipped out of their cells, disappeared into the darkness, and despite one of the largest manhunts in prison history, they were never found. Did they drown? Did they survive? Or did they pull off the greatest prison escape ever attempted? Tonight, we're uncovering the mystery that still haunts Alcatraz more than 60 years later. Rising from the cold waters of San Francisco Bay sat Alcatraz Island, isolated, unforgiving, feared. The prison quickly earned a reputation unlike any other. Criminals called it the end of the line. Guards called it secure. The government called it escape-proof. The surrounding waters were the prison's greatest weapon. The bay was cold enough to cause hypothermia. Currents were powerful. Visibility was often poor. Even strong swimmers struggled. For decades, inmates believed escape was impossible. Yet among the prisoners were 3 men who disagreed: Frank Morris, John Anglin, Clarence Anglin. They studied, observed, waited. While other prisoners served their sentences, these men were quietly planning something extraordinary. Most prison escapes happen quickly. A moment of opportunity, a lucky mistake, a distracted guard. But this escape was different. It was a masterpiece of patience. Night after night, the inmates used simple tools to slowly enlarge ventilation openings behind their cells. A spoon, homemade equipment, determination. Every tiny piece of concrete removed brought them closer to freedom. But escaping the cells was only the beginning. Beyond the walls existed another challenge. The ocean. They needed a way across. So they built one, in secret. Using stolen raincoats, hundreds of them, carefully stitched together. The result was a homemade inflatable raft. Then came another problem. Guards performed nightly checks. Empty beds would expose everything. So the inmates created fake heads, made from soap, toilet paper, paint, real human hair collected from the prison barber. In darkness, the decoys looked convincing. Convincing enough to fool guards. June 11th, 1962. The prison settled into silence. Lights dimmed. Guards continued their routines. Everything appeared normal. But behind several cells, history was unfolding. The inmates slipped through the openings they had spent months creating, quietly entering restricted maintenance corridors. Step by step, they moved closer to freedom. Every sound mattered, every second counted. One mistake could end everything, yet somehow they remained undetected. They climbed upward, reached the roof, descended toward the shoreline, and disappeared into the darkness. Somewhere beyond the prison walls, the raft was launched. Then, nothing. No witnesses, no photographs, no confirmed sightings. Just darkness swallowing 3 men whole. The following morning, guards noticed something strange. The prisoners weren't responding. At first glance, they seemed asleep. Then one fake head rolled from a pillow. Panic erupted. Alarms sounded across Alcatraz. The prison entered lockdown. Authorities launched a massive search. Boats scanned the water. Helicopters searched from above. Coast Guard units joined the operation. Investigators recovered several items. Fragments of the raft, personal belongings, floating debris. But no bodies, no confirmed evidence of death, no definitive proof of survival. The ocean remained silent, and silence can be dangerous, because when there are no answers, theories begin to grow. For decades, experts have argued about what happened. Some believe the prisoners drowned shortly after entering the water. The conditions were brutal. The currents were unpredictable. The temperature alone could kill. Others aren't convinced. Modern recreations suggest survival may have been possible. Some investigators discovered evidence indicating the escapees may have reached land. Family members claimed mysterious messages were received. Rumors emerged of sightings in other countries. Photographs surfaced, letters appeared, but none provided undeniable proof. Then came perhaps the most shocking twist. In 2013, authorities revealed a letter allegedly written by one of the escapees. The writer claimed he survived. He claimed all 3 men escaped, and he claimed he was still alive. Was it real? Nobody knows. Even today, the case remains officially unresolved. The FBI closed its investigation long ago, yet the mystery continues, somewhere between the cold